pretty excited about this game beforehand. And now I don't know if we can say the same. I'm Matt. I got Marcus with me. Marcus, what do you think? Were you really excited for this game?
I was really intrigued by the premise of the game.
Yeah, and it really seemed to have a plan almost. I wasn't sure what Modern Warfare 2's plan was, Battlefield's plan, Medal of Honor's plan. I wasn't really sure. This one really came out and said this is what it's about.
Right. Why don't you explain the premise?
Okay, well, Homefront is a shooter when the Greater Korean Republic takes over the U.S. and basically occupies it, and you're part of the resistance. And I believe you're in Colorado, and they really want to give you the feeling that you're totally taken over by the Koreans. We've been occupied, and the U.S. is in shambles now. It looks terrible. There's no real sense of government, no real sense of army, except for the resistance. And of course, they had the writer from Red Dawn. I mean, I think that's just been said over and over and over. I should know his name by now.
Yeah, well, no, that's not the important part. The important part is the writer of Red Dawn.
Better yet, I don't even know what Red Dawn is. So I just was like, wow, okay.
Okay, yeah,
Sounds...
destroy our credibility, Matt. That's great. That'll go over well. The beginning really sets the mood of the what you'd hope would be the mood of the entire game.
It's watching the superpower of America on its knees to Korea, and it's very strange, but it's fun. I just kept on thinking, this is really cool.
Yeah, well, you're a sick fuck, Matt.
Yeah. Not like, oh man, did you see that person that just got shot in the face? That was amazing. It was just like, this is a really cool way to start off the game. It gave me a good feel. I was smiling. And then throughout the game, I lost that smile. Hey, so let's talk about the gameplay. I think that was one of the big disappointments of this game.
This is a first-person shooter, and the way that all modern shooters seem to play nowadays is that you just aim down the sights and you're using just your standard sort of guns to take down the enemy any way you can. It doesn't do anything particularly well. It's just sort of, there.
I've seen a lot of people label this game as guerrilla warfare, and I don't think that's really fair to say, because I didn't feel like it was guerrilla warfare. It was very much, hey, look at those guys, there's some people there. Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to shoot them. It's very hard to get that feel of guerrilla warfare, and I thought they really missed the guerrilla warfare. And I hate that people were calling it guerrilla warfare, and I'm going to use guerrilla warfare until people stop saying guerrilla warfare. When you show up, the army is like, oh, I'm glad you guys are here. Get on the helicopter. We're going to go fight. So you go to fight and you're with the army and it's all good. But as soon as you get to the bridge, they're like, okay, the army's going to go up this pillar right here. You two are going to go up the other pillar. You got it. Good job. And it's just like, okay, bye, army. And constantly while you're going up, it's like, oh, man, all these stairs, but the army's depending on us.
Something about the campaign of the game, it was super short.
And I almost didn't want to get Modern Warfare 2 because it was quite short. And this almost seemed like a snack compared to Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was a full course meal and dessert.
I really think that the developers sort of really hate Asians.
Maybe.
They're just crazy racist.
You know what would have been almost funny? I mean, really funny if the language they were speaking was still Chinese, like they just kept the dialogue, but we wouldn't know because it's all a bunch of ching changs to us. Oh.
Yeah, you couldn't avoid it, could you?
I had to do it.
Multiplayer. It has the speed and like controls of Call of Duty, but then it has sort of that Battlefield taste in that there's vehicles and stuff moving around, and it's on a much larger map than any sort of Call of Duty map. And so you get this feeling of scale, like there is some warfare involved. There's team deathmatch, and that's with 24 people. And I mean, those are cool. That's your standard team deathmatch. And yes, there are still vehicles. The objective mode is where you have to capture 3 points. That's broken up into rounds. So like you go after a point, and if you win the round, you're like, hey, point for you. All right, now move up. And so that means that the other team has a better chance of capturing it that round because it's moved up. It changes all the time. It's not like a tank's going to spawn here in 50 seconds. Just wait for it. Because yeah, you have to buy these things.
Yeah, and you have to buy rocket launchers, which is very strange. So it's almost like real life. Like only the rich people have the cool weapons. They can take down the Koreans, I guess, because rich people can only take down Koreans.
I was glad that they drew a line, though, because if we had to pay for every bullet we shot, that would get pretty pricey very quickly.
What was the money there? I wonder what the money was.
It's from when you play.
Well, I mean, like, what were we trading in the game? Was there like still a currency?
Oh, you mean in the single player mode?
Yeah.
Oh no, we just killed Koreans and used their blood as money. Blood money. That's why it's called that. The multiplayer is fun. It really is fun. Like I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But it's there. I mean, it's not anything too special. I played it. I had fun with it. I probably would go back to it, but I mean, I'm not gonna go out and buy this game for it. This game, like, just looking at it, the graphics just seem so dated.
I feel like it's almost like a knockoff. Like it's like going to Dollar General and buying yourself a Wii, but it's spelled WEE.
This was Call of Duty Guerrilla Warfare, except they didn't even get the gorilla part right.
Even as much as I have degraded this game in this review, I liked it, and I feel like it has potential. It sort of is almost like a game that you need to play it and look through the layers of crap, and then at the end you find like a golden egg.
Still covered in crap.
Maybe you do. I think it's got a lot of potential, and I think Homefront 2 could potentially be an amazing game. I'm gonna give this game a just chillin'. I think that there's plenty of people that would still find it entertaining and buy it, but in the same way, I'm really struck between the rental and a just chillin'.
This game, like I said, it had a great premise, and I was really interested in the game because of that. However, it didn't deliver on that. The single player is inexcusably short, and while multiplayer is fun, it's not enough for me. So I'm just gonna have to give this game a rental.